Hi Amy, hello.
Hello.
We're here to talk about your EPQ project this year, which I'm sort of half in love with. But I'm not the only person, because I remember when we had when the students were coming in to visit it, I told you about, I think Matt Collins downstairs, who's IT, I found him doing something, he was just stroking one of your, what is this one here?
That is the crochet.
Of the, what's the, do you know what the coral is for this one? I don't know. Just it doesn't matter. But he was stroking it. And he was just. I could see it was like some stress relief for him. And the same thing with this. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. So, what I wanted to do was bring you in to talk about how this project how you came to do this project, your kind of journey, if you like, about how you came to crochet a healthy reef and a bleached reef. So. What happened then? It was in June last year you came in. Tell me about this.
So originally I thought I wanted to do a writing essay, because I feel like most people write their essays, so I thought, okay, that's what I'll do. And I originally was going to do it about plastic surgery and beauty standards. But then I was thinking, writing is really not for me. And then I thought, what are my hobbies? Like, what do I like to do? Well, because I think I wouldn't want to do something that I get bored of later on. Right. So I thought of crochet, because that's like something my hobby. I like to make clothes and stuff. So I thought, how can I bring crochet and connect it to something else that I love, something more academic? And I went straight to geography, because that's one of the subjects that I do, and climate change, which is just such a prevalent issue nowadays. So I joined these two ideas together, and then this is the outcome. Yeah.
And you didn't stop for a long time. You
No.
have stopped now.
Yeah, I have stopped now. It's over. But I started originally in the summer, because originally we first did the EPQ before the summer, and then the whole summer break I was just crocheting, doing it all. Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. Tell us a bit about about the different forms that you've got here, and perhaps the process that the process you went into to try and develop these particular styles of crochet.
Well, we can see a lot of hyperbolic crochet here and everywhere, like all these swirls. It's called hyperbolic crochet, and it just basically you make it through increases and decreases of the yarn, and that's how I made them. A lot of the structures I just kind of free-handed, like I didn't really watch any tutorials for them, just kind of did them.
Wow, I mean that's incredibly, seems to, I mean I don't know how I'm trying to compute how, so you just looked at pictures.
Yeah, and then kind of just, because I already like crochet before, and stuff like this, like I've had experience making structures through like making plushies and stuff like that. So how you can see this one, it goes smaller up the top. So you do that by decreasing. It makes it smaller. I've also used lots of other materials, like this is made through wire, like it's all experimenting,
This is a very experimental project, yes.
And if it went wrong, like I'll just keep going with it, like it doesn't matter, because it's nature, it's not gonna be like everything's perfect. So yeah, this is rope that I just found in the garage, and I was like, hey, I can just use this, so then I did.
And this one here, this sort of like a kind of chimney of a coral. But is it plastic Tesco carrier bags? What have we got?
I'm pretty sure that one's from the pharmacy. And then it's called Plan. That's the correct name for it. It's plastic yarn, Plan.
Okay.
And so I just cut up plastic bags that I found around the house. I asked my cousins, like, do you have any plastic bags that you're not using? And then I just cut them up, made it into yarn, and then crocheted with it. Yeah.
One of the most interesting, I think, was this material. Could you tell us? This was very much about recycling. Tell us what happened there.
Right, recycling was one of the key elements that I wanted to focus on through the whole thing, because it's about climate change, and like going out and buying acrylic yarn would not like support my ethos of like supporting that. So I went to the charity shop and bought some old clothes and undid them. So this was like a knitted top before. And then I just like crocheted with it, and now it's here. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Can you talk? Could you just? I mean, you bought one of your tools. Yeah. I mean, tell me. I'm fascinated because I've never seen a crochet needle.
Yeah, it's a crochet hook.
A crochet hook. So, and are these recycled materials here as well?
So this was a cardigan. I think this was a cardigan as well. But you can feel from the material, it's like it's like not like yarn, like it's
Like this.
it is yarn, but it's
wool.
like structured, like
Yes.
it's different.
Is this a sort of kind of hybrid fabric kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then you. Yeah. So.
I undid it, so
Right.
I just took the cardigan, then undid the seams and everything, and then started unraveling the cardigan. It was a knitted cardigan for like this,
Right,
and I
okay.
just cut it and then started taking the yarn out of it.
Okay. And so and how many are these all recycled then?
A lot of them, because I crocheted before this, I didn't start just because of this. So I have accumulated a lot of yarn from like my mum also, she had like those yarns, so I just had that. And then this was also a jumper. This is these two mixed together, so I crocheted with both of them. And this one was also just a random fabric that I cut up. So you can see here, like this is the knots. I've knotted together loads of fabrics together to make that, and then plastic bag, and just old yarn that I had around the house. Yeah.
Right. And this, you're telling me, is I mean, you were already a crocheter,
Yeah.
kind of anyway. But tell me about some other projects that, as a result,
Like what else?
what you're doing now, then, because it seems like you've really this. I mean, were you just crocheting all up the previous years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I crochet before, like I make clothes, I make headbands, arm warmers. I also like sell them. So I have an Instagram. I sell them. So
We'll put that in the video.
Yeah,
We'll-
thank
we'll-
you. Thank you. Can plug me.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I just make a lot of things.
Okay. And are you going to be doing something with this at university, or how does it work? Or is it just
I'm not gonna stop crocheting ever. I feel like it's my hobby. Like I can't just stop.
yeah?
So I think I just make crocheted stuff as on the side as a hobby. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What are you going to do at university now? Because I mean, this is an outstanding project. It's one of the most satisfying artifact projects that I've been involved with. In fact, some of my colleagues might be upset because when it comes to doing the timetable, I was like, I'm going to keep Amy as one of my students because I want to see how this works. But yeah, I mean, what will you be doing at university?
I'm studying business, but I'm still unsure about what I want to do because creativity and like crochet is a big part of my life. So I'm very unsure of what I want to do in the future, but yeah.
We'll see. Okay.
We'll see.
What else? In terms of this video is partly because we have students coming to this project and perhaps thinking, oh, I've got to write an essay, and it's going to be very fixed. What would you say to students about the qualification? I mean, in terms of the artifact, I mean, the choices. I mean, how elastic it is. I don't know. What in terms of your experience, would you do anything differently about this, or?
I would say I'm very glad I chose to crochet instead of doing the essay because it's something that I enjoy. So I didn't get bored of it. I was doing it in the summer for fun. Like I was just like crocheting. So yeah, and I would say like don't do something you know you're not interested in. Like just because it may link to your course or something. If you choose a subject that you're not interested in, you'll get bored of it, and it won't be a process that you'll enjoy throughout.
No, that's all very good. That's all very good advice. I'm even going to invite Phil in here on this. Is there any other questions that you would like to ask about it? Because obviously this is. I just wondered because I mean I know everyone's interested in this project around the college.
Yeah, I don't know if I missed it. What was the title? What was your project title?
A crochet coral art piece displaying the anthropogenic effects of climate change. Yes. Oh,
Yeah, no, that's a very good question, and yeah.
I forgot to say that it's like half of it is bleached and half of it is alive to demonstrate the anthropogenic effects. And because I have plastic as well, I'm talking about plastic pollution and stuff that humans do that impact the environment. So yeah.
In your other projects, crochet projects that you've done prior to the EPQ, were they creative structures like this, or were you just knitting jumpers and?
No, I've never like made something like an artifact, like a piece like this. Okay. So it was like, I used to just make clothes and stuff. So this was completely new for me in that aspect. But yeah.
I suppose the other thing following on from what Phil was saying, what was the conclusion then in terms of all the research that you were doing about these coral reefs and climate change?
Well, climate change is still obviously prevalent and pollution is very much still happening, but I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know. Just wondered if was the reading terribly bleak?
It was not that bleak because actually last year that a lot of coral reefs have actually regrown and like become alive again. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of watch this space.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
watch this space,
something we might figure it out, or we might
Yeah.
not. Okay. Well, Amy, thank you ever so much for coming to talk about this. As I say, it's a wonderful project, and I hope it inspires other people to do something similar for themselves. Yeah.